welcome to the Oversight Global's The Energy of Gratitude series, where all month long we are deep diving into the practice of gratitude, a super quick, easy, yet highly beneficial tool that you can use for positivity and success. My name is Angelie Kapoor. I'm your series host, as well as the founder of Oversight Global. We're an organization that addresses the consciousness crisis in the world by advocating for awareness and consciousness. We strive to educate and empower individuals and businesses to be aware of and strive to meet their fullest potential and uniquely contribute to the world. I am excited to welcome our guest today, Sat Kirtan. She is a conscious business consultant and author of How to Become a Conscious Leader, 5 Vital Lessons CEOs Can Learn from a Yogi to Build Trust and Make an Impact. She is committed to serving people, especially managers and CEOs, to enjoy who they are so they have the character and courage to share their unique light within their companies. You can find her taking long walks on the beach, chanting mantras, playing on her harmonium, and being inspired by 2 beautiful children. So Sat Kirtan, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm really grateful and happy to join you. That's amazing how we find each other, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. So let's go ahead and dive into gratitude. So can you just tell us, what does gratitude mean to you?
To me, gratitude is one of the energies that helps me and helps my clients to tune in to this higher frequency. When you're in gratitude, you cannot be angry. When you're in gratitude, you cannot be frustrated. So it's the way to lift yourself and to really see the beauty and the happiness that's within all of us. And I remember a beautiful quote from my yoga teacher. He says, happiness is your birthright. Mm-hmm. And when I heard that for the first time, I was not in such a good place, because usually people come to yoga when they're not in their best place. They usually are somewhere, something's happened in their life and they're stuck, or so that was my case as well. And then when he said that, when I heard that, I was like, happiness, my birthright. But I don't feel happy at all like that. But then gradually, by using the techniques and by learning and to really have this gratitude pot where you can put everything in a gratitude journal, and just to, it really raised my energy, and it's amazing how it can shift your vibration.
Yes, definitely. I love how you brought that up, that happiness is our birthright. Because I used to get told that as a child all the time, but I never really understood what that meant. I thought that meant like you were saying, but I'm not happy. We are kind of expecting it to be handed to us. We don't realize that it takes a lot of intention and awareness and work to actually attain that happiness, but it is there for us. We just have to realize it.
Yes, and also not only attain it, but also to allow us to be happy all the time. When or if you are really following your happiness, these ups are so much more than the downs. You can also choose happiness. I really found that it's a choice.
Yes.
It's like a train where you're in, and you're either going into the direction of misery, or you can go in the train towards happiness, towards gratitude, towards appreciation, and you have the choice. You're in control. And as soon as I realized that I am in control of how I feel, and I am also responsible for how I feel. I cannot say, yeah, but you told me that and you did that, because embrace ourselves. Let's give us the highest priority. Let's give our happiness, our joy, the highest priority. And if we do that, at least when I'm doing that, I feel so much ease in my life, and I see that with the people I work with. especially like the leaders, there's so many things that's been asked from them, and there's so much responsibility. And sometimes it's just too much. Allow the universe to do its thing, and trust your people, trust yourself, see what happens. You don't need to control everything, because that's something when as soon as people are in a leading position, they feel like, oh, but I need to control it.
Yes. And I can actually speak from that position, because I was in healthcare for 20 years, and a majority of that time I was in management positions. So I was in a leadership position. And I know that when I first started, exactly what you're saying, I wanted to control everything, the people that, I was managing, the situations, the environment. And like you said, it gets so overwhelming. And that's why so many managers get stressed out, overwhelmed, and burnt out, because they're just trying to control everything. But like you were saying, the only person that you can control is yourself. I think that's a huge thing that you bring up, because I didn't learn really about being empowered and staying empowered until I was 2 or 3 years into my management career. And it was such a huge lesson, because that's when I really started to realize that, what having a choice and what having free will really means is that I choose, how I respond and how I let other people make me feel. Like, if somebody says something that angers you, you have that choice to be angry or not. It's not, that person didn't make you do anything. You have full control. Yeah. And that was such a huge lesson for me, that it was like this huge aha moment.
Yes, totally. And it really brings you back to your own responsibility.
Yes.
I always, like my book, I say it's for CEOs, but you're the CEO of your own life, your own destiny, and you can create. And it's not only you can create, you do create.
Yep.
Your reality, how you feel, that's what you're creating. That's what you're vibrating. And if you don't like what it is,
change it.
Don't stay in it. Or don't. I explained 5 C's that help you to go up in the spiral, but there are also C's to go down in the spiral, and they're like compare, compete, and complain. Yes. If we stop doing these 3 things, then life is so different.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's great things that you mentioned. So tell us, how has gratitude affected you and your life?
Yeah, changed everything. Because I was I have like 3 sisters, and it was always the other that did something to me, and always like that. So it was easy for me to put the responsibility outside of me. But the gratitude and the work, the yoga, the meditation brought that awareness, that consciousness within me, that I am responsible, and I am grateful for the things that come to me, and the more grateful I am, the more positive and amazing things come on my path. And like, wow, is this, sometimes I feel like, is this real? Am I really, like, I have this book here, is this really my book? Did I really write this? I can hold it in my hand, and it's like things manifest just because, I put my love and my gratitude into the things that really feel that are aligned with me and resonate with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's important that we recognize that it's important for us to realize where we're putting our energy. So are we putting our energy into complaining, worrying, being stressed out, or are we putting our energy into being positive, being happy, being grateful?
Yeah. Yes, it makes a total difference. Yeah. In everyday life, when on my yoga journey, I came to know that we are like a soul that has this human experience. You know that it took like your soul 8.4 million incarnations before it has this human experience.
Oh, wow.
And if you really realize that, it took all that effort to have this experience. So there's no other way than be grateful and appreciate the things that are happening in your life. And also when things happen in your life that are kind of harder or painful, it's really beautiful to be grateful for that, because of that you grew so much.
Yes.
Something within me was calling me. It's like, no, there's more into life. There's more to explore and more to be grateful for. And if you're angry, frustrated, or negative about the situation where you are at, that will grow. But if you can just realize and just be with what it is. You don't need to be happy about what happens, but you can be grateful. You can say, okay, this is a big lesson for me, and I'm grateful for the lesson in my life. And if you live that way, that's how you can wake up and switch and really get out of the negativity wherever you are at the moment. That you have within you the feeling, that little light. And remember, one candle can light up a whole dark room. So you start small, start with little things to become more grateful and bring that into your life, and you will see the shift. Know and trust that the universe wants you to be happy. It's your birthright. It's really, there's no cell within your body that doesn't want to be happy. They really all want you to be happy. They want you to be healthy. They want you to listen, and they're guiding you. All the wisdom, everything that you need, all the impulses, it's within you. There's this light and this love within you that's guiding you towards your happiness. We're in this society, we are more sometimes even finding and putting our guidance outside of ourselves. Because we think other people know better, because our mother knew better, and you are the leader of yourself. You know everything. But it's that inspired action that really brings the joy. You need to have that alignment and to know where can I find my guidance? And how do I do that? And there's so many different techniques and so many people helping you. But always also in this, you are the leader of your own path. It's not a teacher outside. The teacher can show you tools. Don't put your responsibility of your happiness in the hands of a teacher or someone. No, take that responsibility. And
thank you for that. That's a lot of great stuff there. And I think you definitely touched on, how we should be regarding gratitude kind of around the world. Again, when I was a leader, when I was first starting out, and I wasn't really aware about, being aware and practicing gratitude, and that I could have more control of things if I controlled myself. How do you, get somebody who is very overwhelmed to start to realize that they can have control, that happiness is their birthright? What are kind of the first steps?
Well, the first step is to sit, really listen. To just usually someone has a lot of things going on, so I just ask them, okay, now we're gonna sit down, close our eyes, and just feel what's going on. I always bring them back to their own alignment and to their own wisdom, to their own heart. And that's one question that I love to ask people. And it helps to open their heart. And that's the question. But what would love do in this situation? And that's a question that brings them straight into their heart, straight into their body, and out of their head, out of all their beliefs and all their limited thinking. It's just like, yeah. If you know, or a question like, if the fear that you're having would not be there, what would be possible, or what would be different? Or come up with the blocks, and we just say, okay, what if this block would not be there? What would be different?
Right.
And doing it on a consistent base, because these blocks consistent work to do, to know and to feel that it's also to open their eyes and to open their heart. It's grow into their own conscious leader, because it's not something you just click on and now I'm the conscious leader and I do everything different. It's a whole process, and to guide someone and to guide the team, and everyone is different. What is it that you need? What are your unique qualities? And how can you shine your light even more? The more you know yourself, the more you know, the more you're able to transform and to let go also. Because if you're not really know who you are, you feel like you need to defend yourself. And when you're trying to defend yourself, it's not a good space to learn and to grow and to be happy, because that's like far out of each other.
Right.
We're trying to close that gap and really bring people more to their heart and to the light that is within them and to the happiness. It's sometimes when my clients, they start back their hobbies that they had as a kid. They just completely forgot about it. To bring that happiness back inside and to do things that just, really make you feel happy. That's how you grow. Yeah, and if you grow, everyone in your company grows with you.
Yes.
And I really always feel like, we always talk about work, but this work is the real work to be done. To grow in your own consciousness, to know and to feel and to cultivate this inner peace within yourself. Love is within, the peace is within, and I walk my path. I walk it with joy, I walk it with happiness, with gratitude, and I'm walking my path towards my light, towards my destiny, and everyone has a different path.
Right. Yeah. No, you made so many great points. I mean, I know that, when I started to really start to learn about myself and get to know myself, I started to lead better. I became more of an effective leader. So I think it's great that you pointed that out, that it really starts with being the CEO, like you said, of yourself. If you are good at leading yourself, that just kind of expands and spreads to your effectiveness and your ability to, lead your department, lead a company. And also what you were saying about, being this light and learning about how to shine your light, and how a lot of time that takes us back to our childhood. I found that as well, that things that I loved as a child, I forgot about as I was growing up and living an adult life. But, I've since gone back to those things, because that's when I was really happy as a child, because as a child, you don't know any different. It's just your goal is to be happy as a child. So the things that you enjoyed as a child or wanted to do as a child, you discover that is like that connection, that link to your true self. And so you find that you go back to that. I'm glad that you pointed that out too. So thank you so much for all of this insight and knowledge that you've given us. Can you tell us a little bit more about your business? And I know that you have your book.
Yes. So What I do is I wrote this book. I will show it one more time. So I wrote this one because I also have a method. It's called the 9-Min Max Business Yoga Method. It's 3 exercises of each 3 minutes. And once I came to know these, it's like, my mission was to spread this all around all the world. And businesses also hire me to work with them to create that sacred space, to really learn how to be a conscious leader and be happy as a leader. They know that their happiness is really important, and then all the other things come and they flow from that. So these are the things that I work on, with all the things that you want as a leader. It's just by giving them the yoga techniques, the meditations, they become the leaders of themselves.
Yes.
That's all that's needed. The other skills, they're already there. So I'm not teaching any of the leadership skills. It's just that the leader gets a better leader.
Right.
Not just for the team, but also for himself.
Exactly. That's so great. So how can people connect and follow you?
Yes, I have a website called Invest in Yoga. So you can follow me on Instagram or LinkedIn. You can reach out. Yeah, and the best is if you feel like people have like, wow, I'm interested, then it's the best thing that we just meet and have a virtual cup of tea. We see if we are a match, and then we can start any time that is suitable for both of us.
Sounds good. And we will have those links for people to connect and follow you in the video description below. So before we close, do you have any final thoughts or key takeaways for people watching this episode?
The final takeaway is be happy and really dare to give yourself the highest priority. Put yourself higher and don't be afraid of what other people think about you, what they think about your decision. No, follow your own inner guidance and trust yourself, trust the universe. If you didn't meditate already, just start your day with 15 minutes of meditation every day. Make it your practice, and you will see that it really changes your life. And be grateful for all the little steps on the way. So that's quite more than one point, but
they're all important. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for being here and giving us so much insight and knowledge, and for sharing your experience. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, it was beautiful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And then thank you, viewers, for being here and for watching. Be sure to check out our other episodes of the Energy of Gratitude series. If you're getting as much out of it as I am, be sure to share, let your friends, family, and others know. And be sure to subscribe below if you haven't already to get notified of future episodes and videos on our channel. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.